Hey, how you guys doing? Today I'm going to be working on a subpar photo and changing it into something that looks pretty decent, that looks pretty good. Did a photo shoot today, it was raining, my hands were cold. It's the first time I've done a photo shoot in the rain in those kind of conditions, and yeah, it was good. And this was one of my warm-up photos, so here we go. I'm just going to get straight into it. So first of all, feel like it's a little bit overblown, so I'm gonna turn the exposure down a bit. Always contrast up, I love contrast higher in my photos, always had the contrast higher. The highlights, we'll turn that down as well because the highlights were overblown in this area. And then shadows, I'll put that up, being as my shadows are always, well, in this photo in particular, the shadows aren't shown as well, so we want more of a focus on the details of the vehicle, so the shadows bring it up a little bit. And then what I'll do is I'll turn the whites down, and then I can adjust that in a background mask if anything, and the blacks will go slightly up. Let's put it at +11. So now I'm going to make an S-curve. I have 3 points like that, and with this one I'll just play about, see what I like, and I like this point a bit higher because I can get more of the light in this corner. And then I'll probably just leave this near the middle. I'll leave it right there, and then I'll bring this point up slightly, so it's just a bit of a adjustment, nothing too crazy. I'll leave all the colors right here, and then I'll go straight onto the color mix. So this is what I'm gonna do with the colors right here. First of all, I want to give it a more autumnally look because we are currently in, well, we basically hit winter, but we just come out of autumn, but I kind of want that feel to it. So first of all, in the magentas, I'll take those out completely. Purples, I'm gonna put it as a blue hue if there is any purples, and then saturation down and luminance down as well. And then in terms of the blue, because the vehicle itself is blue, I will put that up slightly. I'll leave the hue as it is, and then I'll put the luminance up because I like that little reflection it gives. When I turn it down, it removes that reflection, so I'll put it up a little bit. And then aqua, we need to get rid of this little glare in the mirror, in the window, I should say. So that's going all the way down, and I do like to turn the luminance all the way down as well. And I'll leave the hue as it is. The green, I want to give it more of a yellowy tone because it is, as I said, I want the winter vibe, so we can do that. And then I'm going to turn the saturation down slightly and luminance down. And then I want, let's see what we can do. I want the luminance, I want the saturation up, sorry, slightly on here. Then turn the luminance down, and I'll probably, let's play with the hue. I'll put it more on the orangey side, and it's what I do with the oranges because I want more of the winter tone. I'm straight up gonna put it more on this side straight away, and then the saturation can go up slightly, and luminance, I'll turn that down so I want more of that dead look right there. The reds, there's no reds currently in this photo, so I'm just gonna take it out completely. We don't need none of that, and then I can put that to the orange side if there is any, and then luminance all the way down. But I want to crop this photo. Me looking at it now, I really want to crop it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to crop it for Instagram purposes. So we're going to have it at 5:4, and then there's so much negative space at the bottom, so I kind of don't want that. So I'm just going to do this. Make sure this is centered as well, which there it is. And there we go. Enter. And I think that works. What should I do next? So now I'm gonna adjust the temperature and stuff. So I'm gonna slightly pull the temp, slightly of the yellower twinge, but I should have done that first. In fact, I'm going to replicate a photo that I did as kind of a practice one just now. So for the mid-tones, I had that more of an orange twinge. For shadows, I had a more orange twinge, and for highlights, I had a more of a blue twinge. Which, what's always suggested is to follow what you've done with the previous photos and do the same thing. So that's what I'm going to do right now. So mid-tones, yellow, and you see that I had shadows at yellowy, orangey type tone, and then the highlights are blue tone. So that's what I'm gonna do on this one as well. Boom, boom, and then I'll slightly put that down. I don't like it too much or shown too much, so I'm gonna have it at probably these lengths, and that in itself works. That does work indeed. So I'm gonna leave the temperature as it is, but I'm gonna blend this slightly, so I'm gonna put this right there, and I'm happy with that now. The tin, what I want to do with the tin is I'm gonna have it at +20. We don't want too much. In terms of vibrance, I'll put it up slightly so you just get the more accurate colors of the blue, and then saturation I'll put that slightly to 12. And this is where the play about comes into play, so effects, I'm going to turn that up, and it obviously adds more of an effect and more texture to the car, so the texture is going up. The clarity, I have the up +11. I don't like going +20 on texture or clarity, sorry, being as that's just not the thing right now. Previously you'd have really high clarity car pictures on social media, it just doesn't happen as much anymore. And then dehaze, I'm gonna turn that up to +18, and we'll leave it as that. Now here comes the fun. This is probably always my favorite part of the masks. And then first of all, I'm gonna instantly do a subject mask. Let's see how well it picks out the subject. And that's picked it out pretty well, so straight away exposure going up, contrast going up. The highlights will go down on that, being as the glass has a darker twinge, and I'm happy with that. And then shadows, that's going up, and as you can see more of the details right here. The whites will bring it up slightly, and then black, so usually the black would pull it down by slight points, which I'm happy with it being at -1. In terms of the temperature, you can turn it up or turn it down depending on what you prefer, but right here I'll have it as, we'll go 3. See how that, see, I don't particularly like that. Let's see 0, and then let's see -3. Yeah, we'll go with -3 on that one, and then I'll leave the tint how it is. I don't want to affect or play about with the car's colors too much, because we've already done that. We've already tried to get the car color as accurate as possible, and I'm perfectly happy with how it is right now. I shall leave the saturation. Oh, let's play about. Let's see what happens. It's good going +8, and then I'm adding further effects onto the vehicle, so I just affect the vehicle only, and then I'm gonna turn texture 23. We'll leave it 23. Clarity +7, and dehaze, that's going up to +9. And there we go. Okay, so I'm now gonna add a sky mask, just to play about and just to get further detail on a vehicle, so it kind of just puts you in a vehicle, but we've got a little bit of an oopsies done here. So I'm going to get rid of this red part, that selecting part of the car that needs to go, so I'm going to just brush it out. So I'm alright with that. It's a bit of a, not a crazy work, but it will do. So this is a quick little edit, so I'm happy with that. Enter, go back onto the mask, and then this is where I adjust its color. So I'm turning the exposure down. I want it to be dark, kind of gleaming. The contrast can go up, the highlights go down, shadows slightly down, the white slightly down. Let's see. We'll leave the highlights to +8 actually. In fact, I do prefer that. And then we'll play with the temperature. +3 is fine on that as well. And then I'll add +3 to the tint. And then do not want the focus to be in the sky, so I like to kind of decrease the texture. The clarity can slightly decrease as well, and the dehaze can -4. I'm not happy with that. That's fine. So now I want to do something pretty interesting I like to do. I want to add a light source. So this is what I'm going to do. I press off of radial mask. I'll bring it right here, right to the top of the vehicle. And all you got to do is go down and just turn the dehaze down slightly. And it's fine there, to be fair. There we go. So now I'm gonna add a linear gradient. So just L on the keyboard. I'm gonna bring that all the way there and just mess with the highlights. So I'll just mess with exposure. So exposure going down, L again, have it coming from the top, going down right there. And because we add a radial gradient in this top corner, I like to create a shadow here to show, kind of give it a realistic look. So another linear gradient coming, and then I'm gonna bring it to about here, and then I don't just turn the exposure down, I turn the highlights down and the shadows down as well to create more of that realistic look. And me looking at this sky gradient, I'm not quite happy, so I'm gonna just add another bit with the paintbrush. My PC's kind of struggling currently. I need to upgrade some of the components. It used to be quite powerful, but I had it for a couple of years now, so. Okay, so far I'm happy with how that's going. So final thing to add is another radial gradient, and right here we're gonna do all the way around the vehicle. So press off the radial gradient. I'm gonna go from the BMW sign all the way out. And I'm gonna slightly bring it there. Make it slightly larger. There we go. And then I'm gonna invert it. Click on that, and then press invert. And then have the feather about there. And then turn it down slightly. And this is how it was from before. So this is before right here, and this is after. Let me know what you guys think. I think we turned a mediocre photo to a pretty decent looking one. So anything you would change, just leave a comment below. And I've got a Discord for people that obviously own businesses or need photography or just photo editing or video editing or anything on that sort. We're all creative, so join it down below, and there will be some useful stuff, competitions coming up soon. Instagram, TikTok is all J8 Vision, all the same handle, so you can check those out. And I appreciate you guys watching, and I'm out.